Time's up for meth dealers.
So we're being told. Extraordinary new powers for police to stop and search people at a couple of dozen entry-exit points in WA. Police will be able to search people around airports, highways, railway stations and ports with sniffer dogs and something called an electronic wand.
Tough laws.
Very tough. As the Premier's media statement went to laborious lengths to show. The government says the meth laws will be good for police and families, but only hard-working ones.
You look cynical.
I always look cynical, but particularly so now because 6 months after a politician talks about opening a new front in the war on drugs, there always seems to be a lot of drugs around.
Oh my God, I guess I'm addicted to meth.
McGowan wants to replicate the meth drought we had out west when the COVID hard border was up. It makes policy sense. The thing is, I'm not sure whether the hard border was exclusively responsible for that 50% drop in use. I suspect there was less meth around because the cooks in Mexico and Thailand all got sick or died from COVID. And there were bugger all commercial flights. As we all know, a well-packed human arse in seats 34D is a common transport vehicle for incoming drugs.
Mule!
That's funny.
He's a mule!
Still, any help the cops can get.
As Cole Blanche said, for police, it's a tool. Two of which he stood next to at the press conference.
Oh, that's a cheap shot.
You can't fault the Premier's logic on this. We don't have a problem with cops breath testing us.
We've just stopped here tonight for a round of breath.
It's on telly. I'm on telly right now.
Why don't we just pretend the camera's not there?
So why would we have an issue with them running a wand over the car to see if we've got a boot full of meth as well as a belly full of lager?
This man has violated my rights!
You come into Fremantle Harbour after a day's fishing and bureaucrats from the Department of Fisheries can board your boat and go through your esky looking for undersized snapper.
How small? Too small.
But they're not empowered to look for a parcel of speed. And when you cross the border at Euclid, Department of Agriculture staff can randomly search your car for fruit and vegetables, but cops can't do the same for narcotics.
Hold on.
Doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, how can you argue against this?
We have agriculture officers on the border checking 80-year-olds as to whether they've got a banana. But we don't have police checking to see if someone's carrying a few kilos of meth. Now, to me, I think meth's more dangerous than bananas.
So you agree with it?
Yeah, but if someone parks on my front verge without asking, I want to see the TRG rappelling from Black Hawks to arrest them, so I'm not the person to ask.
Get off my lawn.
I reckon we should at least have a conversation about this kind of thing because once we pass the law, it's there for good. The opposition is never going to rescind it because if they even consider that, they'll wear a soft on crime tagline to every poll from here until eternity.
Parole granted.
That's electoral suicide because there's a lot of crime out there.
And not just at entry points.
Well, Coorow is a long way from anything. And even this little wheatbelt town isn't immune from the ravages of organised crime.
Meth?
Merinos. 80 of them pinched from a cocky's farm on March 20. Perenjori police are now on the job.
Oh, you and Peroni had better get out there.
I don't know why this is funny, because it's not, but it's kind of reassuring that in the age of billion-dollar cocaine seizures, Aussie criminals still have the capacity for the time-honoured felony of sheep rustling. Cops say a truck or a vehicle with a trailer was reversed up to the side of a fence line with an unlocked gate, and the 84 Hogget lambs with red ear tags were herded in. The best bit is there was evidence of dog paw prints at the scene of the crime.
A challenge. Very well. The Iron Paw accepts.
I'm Ben Harvey. For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.